batting at number 4. We had an opener in Sadagopan Ramesh, who is from my hometown, Chennai. And then, if I'm not wrong, we had Shiv Sundar Das, who was opening the batting with him. And then so on and so forth. We had Lakshman batting at number 6. Sorry, Dada was batting at number 5, and number 6 was VVS Lakshman. But we had keepers changing as well. Samir Dige made his debut through the series. But because this series is so very important and it's so fresh in my head, we will not just be talking about any one test match of this series. We will be talking about the entire series. And who will be joining me shortly is one of the most entertaining individuals that one can ever find in the cricketing arena. Yes, you all know who it is. I have given you update. I have put it on my stories. Bajupa, Harbhajan Singh will be joining us shortly. I'm just waiting for him to give me a request so that I can pull him on to do an Insta live with him. Dada was strict. Oh, well, I'm not so sure about that. I haven't played a lot under Dada, but we will definitely get an opportunity to ask Harbhajan Singh whether Dada was strict or not. I'm sure people from that team, especially that team which went to the 2003 World Cup, then moved on and won those very, very important games abroad, was all under Dada himself. So we will get to know about Dada exactly from what Bajuba is going to tell us. But before we actually speak with Harbhajan Singh, as we are waiting for him to actually send me the request, we will be talking about my memories about what happened in that particular series. I was in my 8th standard, and I was going regularly to school and coming back and watching these matches in the evening. And one of these moments where we were playing if I'm not wrong, Australia did win the toss. Yes, they did win the toss, and we got them into a hole after Australia getting off to a good start. It was a tournament. Yes, as we are speaking, Bajupa is here. Reminisce with Ash, because Bajupa is someone that I've really enjoyed his company. Hello, Bajupa, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Not bad at all. Apart from the lockdown, everything else is good. I'm actually in your in your den right now. This happens to be your den.
Well, which one is my den?
The Anbu den, CSK's den.
Okay, you're there. This is your den too.
Sorry, yes, I am born and brought up here, Bajupa. What do you expect?
Of course, this is your den too.
Sure.
How are you keeping?
Sorry?
How are you keeping? All well?
All well, Bajupa. Just managing the kids inside the house is a big task. Staying with parents, and it is getting hard. How's the situation in? Are you in Chandigarh or are you in?
No, I am in Mumbai.
Okay.
And I've become a cook.
So you're on live as you're cooking today.
No, evening I like cooking. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just becoming difficult to do anything at that point of time. 6, 7 o'clock, you feel a little bored and you feel days are getting longer. You start doing something, then the days goes quick. So it's called Arbi.
Looking for too much variety in these days is not going to help.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, whatever you get, you have to just say it's good.
Okay. Bajupa,
so kids are good?
Yeah, kids are good. Kids are good. Actually, thankfully, their energies are well spent. I take them to the terrace and make them run so that they sleep early in the evening.
That's good. You should also run there.
Yeah, I can't run in the terrace. It's too short. I'm running on the treadmill.
Okay. At least you have a treadmill at home. I don't have anything at home, but we do quite a bit yoga and a lot of the exercise without dumbbells, a lot of squats and all those sort of things. Make sure we are tired enough to get a nice sleep.
So I'm basically doing this where I'm going back in time and talking about matches from the past. I did explain to you. So the moment I speak about Harbhajan Singh, the first thing that comes into my head is the 2001 Australia series, and we will be talking about it. So what we can do is, first is what you remember, and then I'll tell you what I remember.
All right. It was do or die kind of a situation for me personally, because I was out of the team, and few things happened in my life. I lost my dad. Looking good for me, and even Punjab Cricket Association, they didn't wanted to play me in Ranji Trophy, but luckily I had the backing of a couple of senior players. And, taking a lot of wicket, and why he is not there in the reckoning, and then John Wright was looking for a spinner. Sourav was looking for a spinner. Anil Bhai was injured, and they called all the spinners.
You're breaking up. I think it's the internet. Am I audible to you? Yeah, your voice is breaking.
Okay, let me just go out and I'll see whether it gets better. Any better?
Okay, sure.
Any better?
Yeah, slightly better. Yeah, much better. Yeah.
Yeah, so that series I was talking, John Wright and Sourav, they wanted someone who could bowl a lot of overs, and since Anil Bhai was injured, and then they called a lot of the spinners, who were playing Ranji Trophy and doing well in Ranji Trophy, and I was one of them. And we had a camp in Chennai, and they made us bowl on a single wicket, where I was hitting, 90% of my balls on one spot. So that's where they thought this guy is good enough to be in the series, and they'll go for me. And they picked for me. If I don't do well, then that was my last chance in international cricket. And thankfully, in that game, I took 4 wickets in Mumbai, and I'll talk to you about that game. We lost in like 3.5 days. Gilchrist smashed us. Matthew Hayden, are another legend from Chennai Super King. He smashed us, and we lost that game. But luckily I took 4 wickets in that game so that I could be in the team for the next match. But the other spinner who played with me was Rahul Sangvi. He was dropped after that.
It was his debut, wasn't it?
Yeah. And he only wished for 1 test match to play, and that's exactly what he got. A lot of people say that I wanted to play 1 test match, and that's what they get. If you wish for more, you get more. So I always tell everyone, whoever, whatever you're dreaming, dream big, so that you should not regret later on. I'm sure Rahul must be regretting. He could have wished 50 test matches, because first, what we believe, that or most of the things come right.
So, basically, let me understand this better. It was your mindset of thinking this was going to be a last test, but did you also think that you wanted to be the best? Because, see, what was happening was, from whatever I remember, the entire series, Anil Bhai was the leader of the attack, and he had a shoulder injury, and the entire bowling attack was around you ever since you started. Because I remember one test in 1998 where you made your debut, right?
Yeah, I was being spinner for India for many years, and was winning a lot of games for India. And since Anil Kumble was not there, then they were asking someone else to take that spot, which was very difficult. For someone like me, I only played about 7-8 games before that series, and I remember, it was just a fight with myself to be in the team. Not thinking about anything else. To be honest, I was not thinking whether I have to do this or that to win games. To be honest, when you know that the situation is that you could be out of the team, and then you'll probably never come back into the side. You want to be there and do the best you can to be in the team for the next game. So those days, team used to get picked for one test match. If you do well, you get picked for the next one. Then if you do well, then you get picked for the next one. So that exactly was the case. And first game we lost, and luckily, as I said, I picked 4 wickets so that I could be in the team. And second game, that's looking to smash us once more in Eden Garden. That game was one of those games which not just me but whole India will remember for many years to come. So if you have anything to ask about that, you can ask me. But you will probably know more about that game than me, because my memory is not as good as yours.
No, but see, I mean, it is from my side, no. I was हम तो स्कूल में पढ़ रहे थे तब, so हम लोग को कि स्कूल से मैच का स्कोर फॉलो करना पड़ा. So I was basically like, we had followed on in the first innings, and now having played the game, then I had no idea that I will go on to play, and I forget about as an off-spinner. I was more of a batsman. So I was thinking, first test we didn't win it, obviously, but the second test, when Australia were maybe 280 for 8 or something like that, 240 for 8, and then they made 400. So was it like there was a feeling that we might not be able to come out of this inside the dressing room?
See, it was like, as you said, into the game, and then of course that was my first 5-wicket haul in Test cricket.
Was your hat-trick was in the second innings or the first innings?
First inning. So this happened in the first inning. I took a hat-trick and I took my first 5-wicket haul. And in the evening we thought, okay, we have a game in our hand. They are 280 for 8, and suddenly we didn't know that Gillespie can.
No, that's. You come back. Yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't know whether Gillespie can hang in there with Steve Waugh. So they batted well. They took the score to 400, which was like, sad about, we let the situation go from our hand. We were right there controlling the game, but then suddenly the game disappeared from our hand once again. So, coming to the batting, again, it was one of those moments or one of those innings where everyone was not looking to get settled, and they all got out, and we were very, very behind in the game, and we all thought this could be another 3.5, 4 day test match, and Australia is dominating, and but probably the best batting partnership I have ever seen. For 2.5 days, 2 days, I think they batted, and as I said, I don't remember much. Maybe 1.5 day or 2 days they batted, and they didn't look like getting out, and it was incredible. And we all sat wherever we were sitting and made sure that we thought they're batting well because we are sitting in our positions. So we all feel that in cricket, right?
In fact, very, very funny that, because usually when there is a test match going on, India test match, something like that, I will take, because the test match will start on Thursday and it will go into the weekend. So I will usually try and bunk on Friday and stay back. Okay, but this test match, I think it might have fallen on weekday. and surprisingly, whenever we went into, very, very weird things. No, I mean, we tend to do that here. I'm sure everyone is superstitious.
We all do that. People who are actually a fan of Indian cricket, they would do anything to make sure the team is playing well and team is winning all the sessions. The team is winning the game. So that's what you did. Because of you went to school. So I think Rahul and Lakshan played.
Imagine how many people must have bunked school and stayed at home. But you know what, what I remember very clearly is that in that hat-trick, I mean, talking about time days, when Shane Warne hit it and Ramesh caught it, what was running through your head? Did you feel like the third umpire will uphold the decision? What did you feel? Such big crowd, such big noise.
Honestly, I'll talk to you through that hat trick. You know how it happened. First ball, Ricky Ponting got out, and then second ball, Gilchrist uh, got out, and then third ball, when I was looking to bowl, I asked Saurav what to bowl. He said, "What do you think? What are you gonna bowl?" I said, "I'll just bowl, the Yorker kind of a ball." He looked to pad. No, those days there were no DRS. You can play with your pads a lot. A lot of the guys used to use their pads, and you appeal, and umpire says no. So I thought I'll just bowl in the stumps, fuller ball, and if he look to do, not to use the bat, maybe I'll get him out. Another runner from Chennai. Normally, he used to sleep in the field most of the time, and used to wake him up. But that's probably the only time he was awake to take that catch. And this hat trick, as much as this is my hat trick, this is his hat trick, because of him, I got that hat trick. That ball wasn't the greatest of the ball to take the wicket, but I think a few things are destined, and that hat trick was to happen for me, and Ramesh was to take a catch. The most sleepy, the kind of celebration. You must see the video again. Rahul Dravid and and Ramesh, they did. As if Rahul Dravid took a hat trick. So it was like, everybody was so happy because we were just getting trashed. And they were playing so beautifully, and then suddenly we were making a comeback in the game. And everybody was really involved. You should see Rahul Dravid's emotions. How he hugged Ramesh, and how they celebrated that wicket.
No, but tell me something. This whole when things were panning out, you were just watching the test match like you were going through something.
Well, we were just watching the game, and the moment we were talking about it, and somebody will come. I will not name who that somebody. They'll say, "Shut up, just sit where you are, and keep watching the game, and let's see what happens." And then I remember Ashish Nehra, and I think Zahir Khan. We were sitting inside. He came out and he sat without his t-shirt. He took his t-shirt off, and he took the towel, and he went out. And next day also he was sitting just with the towel. So imagine everybody was wherever they were sitting there, and that was the kind of mood in the dressing room that we were like so much engrossed with their batting, what they are doing, and we were not really thinking about the result, what will happen. But as the game goes on, we were on the fifth day, and when do we actually, declare now? And Saurav was like, let's get another 30, and then after getting 30, then he would come back. When? And he would say, what do you think? And somebody will say, okay, let's get another 20, maybe 25,
20, yeah.
because this Australian team, they would go all out to win the game. And the kind of batting lineup they had, we thought that they might get it. So we were not really sure. But once we decided, everybody was thinking it's a bit too late. All the commentators we were hearing, it's a bit too late probably to get Australian team out in 2.5 sessions. And but we were sure that from here onwards we will not lose the game from here, and we'll just go out there and give our best. And that was the mood. And till tea, we all thought it's gonna be a draw. But
No, but there is one thing that really sticks in my head. Even now, I go back to YouTube and see this game again and again for this one incident. In that time, your pad, even if you're deliberately leaving the ball, they would not give it out. They'd say front foot,
most of the time they were like not out. Ball would spin, ball would not hit the stump, whatever. they might come with something. But some of the umpires, they were very strict. They would give.
No, but what happened was the last wicket, when you bowled that ball and Glenn McGrath would pad it up, I think it was Bansal, umpire Bansal, right? He lifted his finger.
Yeah, it was
So
Bansal, sir. And
after
what were
he
you
lifted
saying?
his finger, Glenn McGrath was just rooted there as if to show that it was not out. Okay? Like to say, I have been undone.
Well,
Because the ball was straight in line.
it was straight in line. It was a ball was going to spin as well, and and I think if I see that now, I think with DRS, it would have hit the stump for sure.
Correct. It would have crashed into the stumps.
Yeah, but that's McGrath for you. They Australians, they are obviously they produce a lot of the greats, and they are great players, but they are very bad losers when it comes to losing a match from that situation where they were. It must have given them a hard time to come out of it.
I'm glad you brought that up, because what happened in those times was we never had neutral umpires. We always used to have maybe one neutral umpire and one local umpire. It was not as if whenever India toured New Zealand, Australia, or England, or anywhere, that we didn't get bad decisions. It was a common thing that you did get bad in my books.
Well, that's Australian for you. When they bowl, they feel everything is out, and when they are facing it, and then they feel they're not out. So they were not really happy about most of the decisions what they got, and but this is how the game goes. And we may talk about 2008, that Sydney Test, where a lot of things gone, not in our favor. Yeah, not in our favor, but most of the things gone in Australia's favor. So a lot of people talk about that Test match as well. So these things happen in the field. Yeah, in the field, we have to accept as a player. But we don't need to keep on crying about it. I still feel there are some people, even on Twitter, they say, "Oh, Gilchrist was not out. So what? He was not out. How many times I got him out? How many times I have got him out? If not the first ball, I could have got him out on second ball. Yeah,
correct, true. And I mean, you don't have cameras where even LBWs were shown in proper way, and sometimes front foot dismissals weren't given. So these are part and parcel of the game. But just moving ahead, Bajuba, to the Chep. Unbelievable win. Confidence high. Maybe out of 10, India was 12, and Australia had gone down to 7 because of the way in which we won that game. I remember big crackers, big celebration all around the country, not only in Calcutta after that particular test. What was the mood like?
But one thing was sure, in our group, that we were very confident. If you win a game like that, you feel that you can win from any situation. And till the last ball is bowled, you can't decide whether this is going to happen or not. So you have to keep fighting to get the right result. And that game gave us so much of confidence, each and every one, that we can beat this Australian team. They are beatable. And if we can beat them like this, I'm sure if we play a little bit better cricket than what we have played in last 2 test matches, we can definitely beat them. And that was the mood. That was the kind of spirit we all had. And not just within the team, but the whole India was suddenly believing that a lot of match winners in their team. So coming to Chepauk was, of course, one of those things that you go there, that it's going to be hot. It's going to be. I was preparing for me to bowl 35 overs a day. How I will cope up with that kind of a heat. And it was a great test match in Chepauk. I remember, we lost the toss there again. I think we lost the toss, and they batted well. Then suddenly Steve Waugh.
I think Matthew Hayden made a double 100 in that innings, no?
First inning he got double 100, and then second inning also he got some runs. He was the last one, I think, to get out. Maybe.
I'm not sure. Second innings. I think you set up a trap in deep mid wicket and caught him or something, where he went for it. I think Zach caught the catch. I'm not too sure, but I could.
No, that was in 2004 series.
Okay,
Zach took a catch in Bangalore, but second inning I don't remember how he got out. But first inning he played a beautiful inning, 200. He was batting on different wickets, and on a big guy. And I've never, till the time I saw him in Mumbai, he wasn't looking comfortable. The ball was spinning, it was like bouncing.
Beaten.
He was getting beaten, but he didn't get out. But suddenly when Gilchrist came, then Matthew Hayden started hitting those sweeps. Then we didn't have any answer. I didn't have any answer to it. And Shiv Sundar Das, the guy who was sitting at short leg, he was just praying, boss, mujhe chhod do yaar.
What an unbelievable close-in fielder, huh? SS Das was.
Unbelievable. Very quick. छोटू सा था ना तो घुस जाता था कहीं भी कैच पकड़ लेता.
इनफैक्ट वो एक्चुअली अच्छा बैटिंग भी किया था वो टेस्ट मैच में. मुझे याद है अभी भी कुछ 60 या 80 कुछ बनाया और पूरा स्लॉग स्वीप मार रहा था. शेन वॉन और कॉलिन मिलर था ना वो ऑफ स्पिनर.
कॉलिन मिलर
मार रहा था. प्रॉपर 30 दे रहा था. वेरी गुड प्लेयर ऑफ स्पिन एंड वेरी इन दैट सीरीज. अब अगर आप देखें तो वो सीरीज में सब लोग ने परफॉर्म किया है. Lakshman bhai, Rahul bhai, Sachin Paji, Dada also made those 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
And you had Ramesh getting 50s and you had Shiv Sundar Das making runs. You got wickets and still that was such a close series. That's how good the Aussie team was.
Yeah, they were brilliant team. There's no doubt. And as you said, you can't win a series just with one or two guys. You have to have other guys also to be performing in the series, and that's exactly was the case. Lakshman performed, Rahul, Paji, then all the batters. They scored runs and they chipped in with a small little contribution so that we can get to the stage where we can actually go on to.
Getting stuck again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can, Bajupa. Go on. I can hear you.
Are you there? Then Matthew Hayden got 200. Then Steve Ogg was the one who should be the culprit. The ball, and suddenly I was appealing for the leg before, and the umpire shook his head and said, "No, not out." And I was just like this, and suddenly Rahul Dravid comes in, out. I said, "Hey, how come?" So then they said handling the ball, and I didn't know what is handling.
Did that handling the ball, no? Rahul bhai will appeal with so much of intensity. Like he'll appeal. And after he get the wicket, he'll do all the fist pumps and all that. It'll be like, when you watch it, you'll know.
Was handling the ball, to be honest, and what that rule was. And suddenly, you remove Steve Ogg, and then you know that open a gate for you. Then there was an opportunity for you to get a couple of wickets and come back into the game. And from there onwards, Ricky Ponting came, and then Matthew Hayden was playing. So though they scored a lot of runs, but I think we played better in Chennai than in Calcutta. And we competed well in the first inning. And I was not a massive total to chase, 150 odd.
130, 140 odd, no?
But I never knew that I have to go out and bat. And to hit those 2 runs to win the series. And I was so nervous, and all I was just praying that I should not go for bat. I should not go to bat. Please, guys, finish the game. I should not go there.
No, just last couple of questions when we wind up.
Lakshman was batting really well.
Yes, he was batting on 50, 60 odd. Do you remember this other incidents, Bajupa, between yourself and Sairaj Bhaut?
remember I dropping a catch
Correct.
of Matthew Hayes.
What will happen? I've never missed a test match in Chennai. Either I played or watched. So
Wow.
So he will. I think off your bowling.
Colin Miller. I think Miller slogged up in the air.
Maybe the batsman I'm wrong, but Bowler will take the catch and you will go to him and you will like tap him and say kind of sorry and all that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Will immediately see that into your head.
It was kind of to drop the catch, and Sairaj was obviously working really, but you can't just say that I took the wicket and I've done well. But I think it was Siraj and other bowlers also. They put wickets, but I think it was a team game. Siraj bowled well, Nilesh bowled well, and Jack. Whatever little he bowled, he bowled well. Sometimes small little performances you don't see it.
Okay.
Australia was going to win that test match. That could have been the key point. In the end. So I was disappointed. That we won the match. The match. To contribute even with the bat as well. So let's take it a little serious.
Okay, Bajupa. Hard to tell what sort of an impact it left on people like me, but listening to you on that has been surreal. It's a great experience, but I'm not letting you go that fast. Okay, you have been. So they call you with a name called Harbhajan Singh.
Tirukul.
Correct.
Tiruvulluvar. I know.
So they nicknamed you as Harbhajan Singh.
I actually don't know how to say it because it's even more difficult because I come from north. So I need more practice. Next time, whenever you need me, Then
Okay.
it's fine. Yeah.
It will be
Agada mud. In Punjab for
great.
कितना
Oh, all
ਉਹ
that I know.
मैं ठीक ਹਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਠੀਕ ਹੋ beautiful girls in Chandigarh. I'm sure your wife is
I give
watching.
it to you.
Okay, I'll say. ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਸੋਹਣਿਓ
ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਸੁਣਿਓ
ਕਿੱਥੇ ਚੱਲੇ ਹੋ
ਕਿੱਥੇ ਚੱਲੇ ਹੋ
ਗੋਭੀ ਦਾ ਫੁੱਲ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਭਾਜੀ ਉਰੇ ਹੋ ਮੇਰੀ ਗੱਲ ਸੁਣੋ
ਪਾਜੀ ਮੁਰੀਓ ਮੇਰੀ ਗੱਲ ਸੁਣੋ ਸੁਣਿਓ
ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਜੱਫੀ ਦੇਣੀ ਹੈ
ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ
ਹਾਂ ਵੈਸੇ ਨਾਰਮਲੀ ਵੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵੀ ਹਗ ਈਚ ਅਦਰ you must have noticed कि मिलो तो then you meet with hug only so that's our you can say veer कितना वीर है
and all those small phrases but without very fast like Tamil only they also talk in Punjabi
yeah but Tamil is more difficult than learning Punjabi because it's a lot of tongue twisters are there a lot of time you feel you know some of the words I know that வீட்ல எல்லாம் இப்படி இருக்கும்
வீட்ல எல்லாம் எப்படி இருக்காங்க means how is everyone at home in Punjabi
you can say in Punjabi
the one thing that I can say is siyappa that's something I can say
you can say chumma adurudula chumma adurudula
chumma adurudula that's a Rajinikanth dialogue
yes man
do what
say
Rajinikanth
dialogue.
does
Yes say dialogue of Rajinikanth
say hello of Rajinikanth so okay I'll say one dialogue which is easier நான் ஒரு தடவை சொன்னா
so बार है ये even I said that dialogue in one of the event they told me to
no but by any recommendations there's a lot of time on my hand now any recommendations
you can watch Sardarji
okay
yeah
who's acting in it
Diljit Dosanjh
okay
yeah
I saw correct I think I saw Dinesh and
movies.
I don't know if he is. I'll ask him. He'll come on the show sometime. I'll ask him.
So you're recording with everyone, right?
Yeah, slowly I'm doing every week. But Bajupa, before you go, I want to ask you something. What do you think?
I think this has happened because God wanted us to learn few things in life. We were taking a lot of things for granted in terms of whatever we at home, and we were all running behind making money, and we were a bit too greedy in our own ways. And I think God have given us this opportunity to see yourself where you stand and what are more important things to do in life rather than just running around and making money. And the kind of money I've made, much of money to live. We only need a little much of money, but all we need is love, care for others, and that's exactly what I've made. Some plans that I'll go back to Punjab and I'll buy a lot of the land wherever I can, and I'll start growing a lot of these subsies, wheat, and all these. I'll become farmer.
You want to get back? You want to get into farming?
Yeah, and distribute food to the needy people, and that's what will give me a lot of satisfaction rather than just running around making money. That's going to be the key going forward. And I've learned, being
great that you said that, Bajuba, because a lot of people are donating now. But what is going to be important is when everything is done, people will not have jobs. There will be people who will not have money to have food. They might not get food. Even now, it's the case. So it's such a laudable thing that you're doing, and I will definitely get down there myself. I've made plans. There'll be some unbelievable stories that are going to come out of it, and hopefully, like you said, we are in a much better space where we can contribute towards them. It is amazing that you spoke from your heart, Bajuba. This has been one of the better conversations I've had on this series. Thank you so much.
Well, sorry about my language. English is not my first language, so I must have made many mistakes. So next time, I'll try and improve, or maybe we can talk in Hindi, so we can talk better.
I'm very happy to talk in Hindi because people will have a great time. They can make fun of me. I'm very happy. So
sure,
it's a great thing, Bajuba. So entertaining people and keeping them smiling is the most important thing. Thank you so much, Ami. I think Ami Work is messaging saying you guys have been great. Thank you so much, and see you, Bajuba. Have a good time. Regards to Ami. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashwin, and you take care.